My name is Goldie. I'm the third generation of Goldies on my mama's side. My last name is Patrick. That's my daddy's last name. Artistically, I write poetry, plays. I dwell in hip hop culture as a professor and as a fan and as a closet MC. I'm a sister. I'm a best friend. I'm a lover. Kind of all of the above.
I am a self-proclaimed womanist. I go into feminist spaces and they're like, let's fight for women's rights. And I'm like, right on, yes, let's. Now I'm like, let's talk about fibroids. And they're like, who? Where they at? And I'm like, oh, it doesn't affect you. Okay, let's talk about heart disease. No, not that either. Oh, okay. Oh, y'all just discovered intersectionality. That's cute. Okay, so. In the words of Alice Walker, womanist is to feminist as purple is to lavender. This is a lavender poem for white women who think I should be a feminist and don't see how their feminism is a threat to my liberation. White women run amidst the ancestors' voices, prone to make a series of privileged choices, noises, stares, cares, carelessness. White women run through streets run by bastard men, finally finding space and place where they gain respect and recognition, and their highest ambition is being feared. Brought up in shame, never guided or reared, so too soon they discover that friends and foes look like one another, and sneakers are on the front line of battling brothers, as crowds hover over in prayer of the premature lives taken who confront the pain of being faceless names by buying, selling, using crack, cocaine, only to learn they'll never be able. Unstable are these blocks of concrete. But she runs unapologetically, breaking the monotony of the street, iPod blaring Katy Perry just loud enough to drown the horrific sounds of poverty. Babies with no food to eat, elders who are growing weak, those who are losing sleep from raising other people's seeds. And it really, really bothers me that this route to an early death, an equation for last breath, doesn't interrupt the much needed stretch for this white women that run. And don't be confused. I run too and jog when necessary. But unlike Becky, Kate, or Mary, I'm not running practicing for a marathon or a race. I'm running making sure I can keep my pace, making sure my stamina is fit to stand on the front line when it's time. I've got to be equipped. Don't know how many babies I may have to carry on my back. That's part of the training rights of being woman, girl, and black. But they wouldn't know anything of that. They're running as a means of exercise. I'm running to keep my legacy alive. I'm running in places where I live and do my work. I know the names outside the liquor store and inside the church. I understand why they mad and I know why they hurt. I've heard their stories of being displaced. We got similar histories, families, names, and traits. It's not a mistake, because we're...
Tell them if they want it, they can come and get that.
There is a giant old English G tattooed in invisible ink across my soul. It's what sits me at the table, elbow to elbow. Elks lodge to halls as big as Kobo. 313 is the area code. For life to what up though? I'm the untold story you just don't know. The rose that breaks through concrete to grow. I am not afraid and have never been. I'm a Detroit girl, baby, and this world's resident. Future, past, and present tense. Is it making sense? See, you just don't get me. Fuck your pity. I rose from the streets, unpaved concrete, and some just gritty. I don't need for everything to be easy and pretty. I am born of Detroit City. No longer will you lament and misrepresent and commit slander against me. Me, we, us all, standing, Coleman a young, strong. Detroit girls are born to ride and not die. We are the dust daughters, great and grand. We turn camps into can and feet trekking the prints of timeless sand. So you can't comprehend how we rode the Underground Railroad till the wheels fell off. How we spit this hard and love this soft. How we be this godly and can tell you off. How there's a rhythm and a beat in our sneeze and cough. This is the land our elders labor bought. descendants of the women who packed up our home and our families during the Great Migration, headed north and landed here. I was born without fear and born with enough mojo to make some of y'all stand clear. Come on, Detroit been defying y'all odds for years. We be a free man's harbor. I'm labor before, during, and after hours. Women who are born this fine and a little bit smarter. We grind a whole lot harder. But Detroit will not be this nation's martyr. Detroit girls were born to ride, not die. So some things I won't compromise, like my lion's pride, the tiger I got in my eyes, and I swear I got a pair of red wings to help me to fly. Been bad boys as symbols that greatness survives. That's how we thrive. We could feed 8 babies off of 1 serving. Baby girls start learning early enough in this game. No, we are not all built the same, but some of us are built to last. Well designed to sustain through the pain. I'm one, and your spirit is one. Understand the name Detroit, Detroit, or the D. I am not easily persuaded or degraded. I build and destroy. Steel, aluminum, and alloy. And if my stride and ego annoys, know that it was cultivated between Woodward and Livernois. I am Detroit. A city that converts non-believers like Jesus. Please believe us, devout association is just one of Detroiters' features. We gave home to ones bold enough to quest for freedom. But the media got y'all steady believing that we're helpless heathens. But what you're not seeing is how we are kick-ass artists and teachers, the ones to believe in. So I'll pledge allegiance to the city that raised me up, that made being black just the cusp, that taught me to recover when I fall in love and out of trust. I am built Chrysler, GM, and Ford tough. I am just soldier and lover enough. Detroit girls are born to ride and ride, not die.
So thank you guys. I'm gonna close out with one of my signature pieces. So this is a poem I wrote when I first came to DC. So I wrote this piece as my testimony to how much I love him and how much I'm willing to do anything for black men. The prison system was made for young brothers like you, too confused and used to abuse to pull through. But I decided that my watered down cries didn't have half the impact of your shadowed out eyes. My drive to save young men who resemble my 2 brothers, who aren't niggas, they aren't thugs, and for God's sakes, they aren't motherfuckers. I live for your skin to get under. I listen to your words speak from the streets, the truth of jungle ghettos and the protection of concrete, but some revolutions fought are discreet. You peep? Like mine. I need no gun nor ammunition to combat my 9, my words or my bullets, and they pierce your soul with my intention to give you back your wealth. 7 continents, 9 planets, 4 oceans, not to mention back your ambition to be a king. And let yourself go. I see the fire in your eyes and the beauty in your soul, and this world got cold when brothers got lost and some got stole, like good capital for America's plan. But my mission is to resurrect the strength of the black man. I want to expose your hearts and be blinded by your pride, because you realize that dying on the inside can and will eat you alive. And I can't and I won't survive without you. 4 wars, 4 decades, 4 generations I've been for you. And it won't stop now, because time waits for no man. Our connection was meant to withstand, so while others were standing, then I started planning. And when others were talking, then I started walking. And when others were complaining, you thought you'd catch me blaming, but instead I was re-aiming and negotiating, because you got this light. And it shines past all optical sight. It's down in your soul, brother, past all that pride. I know, because I got some too. You want to feel mine? Do you feel my heart racing and skipping a beat? Because without my brothers, my soul, my spirit, my cipher ain't complete. And I know you ain't trying to hear you a king, but I ain't trying to be discreet. Yes. Sisters, you ever think what this world would be like without black men? Where would we go to remember where we've been? How can we produce black babies that smile like the sun?
And how could we survive cold nights without their protection? And how could we be women without man by me? I know you've heard this age-old story of Isis's love and Osiris's glory, but you be more seen than a clothing style, a profile, or a bachelor's degree. You be part of me genetically. You be everything I ever dreamed about. You're God in His first human layout. You're why I stay out late and come home early. Practice saving you now and forever, like Merle did Mega and Coretta did Martin, how Sana, Angie, and Catherine kept marching. And I'm sitting here disheartened, starving for some progress, because in this revolution, it's not right if you get left. Idealist, I guess, if that's what you want to call me. But I know that you can be nurtured outside of your body. See, brothers, this society sees your flesh as a threat. But sisters like me know that that is a blessing and nothing less. Thank you.
I am her sister. She is cosmic colored, my hero. A favorite sovereign in untold myths, hard to believe she is mystery. Light brown sugar-coated black girl with jagged edges, who is soft, but when it toughens, don't never get back soft, but it's still sweet. You can taste the sweetness when she smiles. Mouth open like flowers in bloom for her smart mouth and rapt spit. Skin tinted the color of gold, hard to peel, thick orange rind layers to her. Red lip juicy. Baby hair slicked down, edges held in place, and tightly snatched top knot. She is old school fine. There's a honey pot sitting perfectly between her thighs, and she don't apologize for that. She is my sister, and my hero too.
I got my baby get down with sex and together we are fresh. Right? So here's a little story that must be told. Mixtape, hip-hop, like spirit, like soul, rhythmatic and gospel, so pay close attention. But with your spirit, you should listen. Gifts given and taken, there's no mistaking on this journey we're taking that I'm standing in front of you spitting, because this particular play starts at the end as the beginning. The messages they were sending about what happens when I go stagnant with my gift. So they gave me this. And now I am able to stand in front of you as a self-assured, reborn poet with a story to tell. Because when I was in it, I wrote it. And well, I want to start this off the right way. So we're going to pour libations and say the ancestors' names and then Ibashe. This is a bimbe for all purposes and intent. For those of African descent, it's a celebration of spirit meant to uplift through song, drum, and dance. Those that are gathered will conjure through prayer, libation, and trance. The one you are at is for my Egungun, my ancestors. They come before me, but they are forever present as characters of this, my story. See, there is so much power in what can't be seen, but can be felt. So I choose never to separate myself, not from spirit and sacred or worship or praise, but since on hip-hop I was raised, I be doing my testifying my own special way. Yeah, I be hearing my Egungun speak to me in the message waves of the songs that be played. So for them, I made a mixtape. This is a mixtape. So we can rewind time to a place before, and when we want to look at where we're at, we press fast forward. And when God needs us still to reflect, that's what the pause is for. See, God is the DJ, as a matter of fact. He's in charge of cueing, selecting, and playing the track. And with all that said and introduced, I'm going to let him do what he do. Go ahead, get the party hype. Consider this the first interlude. If you haven't figured, then this is like the prologue. And in this mixtape performance are some of my favorite songs. They're going to help to move the story along and bring me back to a place when things were happening. But instead of a ritual song, y'all, I just may break out rap